Welcome everyone to the second match of the quarterfinals in the Aurora playoffs. Today we have the Shanghai Sayoris versus the adorable Alligatos. My name is Paninii. I'll be prodding and casting, and I'm here with Corey. So Corey, what do you think about going in this game? Who's your pick to win? What are you expecting?
I'm picking Alligatos.
You're picking the Alligatos?
Yes. I think.
There you go.
I mean, I don't know if you believe in the postseason curses or whatever, but
Yeah.
after EJ lost 4 in a row in the same spot, I just think Poke and Logan just don't really make it deep into. Well, if they do make it, they never win it, So I'm going with especially with the fancy ringer. I want the Alligatos.
The Yeet versus Neptune. Far of 1v1, but Neptune has a pocket.
I think he's got the edge here.
Yeah, Cal and the Steven knowing they're gonna run the Pharah, looking to shut it down here. Neptune pokes down really low. Gets taken down really low by Cal. Chasing down Neptune now. Or chasing down Deepmeister. Deepmeister falls super low, but the D.Va flies straight into his face to shut him down. Cal and the D.Va falls super low. Will barely get out with his life here.
Oh, the Doom's
Early
so
point
far over.
Point fire in favor of the Sayoris, but Pneumonia does fall. Point flip in favor of the Sayoris, but Cal looking to try to take the space back, knowing the Doomfist is down. Might have to just give a little bit of space here. Down their Doom for the Sayoris. Flip does come in favor of the Alligatos.
I think the back pick into a D.Va Pharah is really interesting.
Yeah, this is like exactly what we'd run on the Tardigrades back in the day. Pneumonia flies in. Riddle has to Suzu in to carry him, but does get taken down really low and taken down by Cal. Poke also gets taken down there too. Rez does come out into Riddle Dog, but Neptune, who has just swapped over to the Echo, gets pushed on by Cal.
Goodness.
Cal is just so aggressive here.
We're
Falls
seeing the
super low.
D.Va
Does use
buffs
the bomb.
live in action.
And
You see that? He
Neptune
just
swapping off.
Flies
go.
into the squishy and just destroys him.
Yeah, the new D.Va buff's really looking kind of strong here. It's the new Fly, I think, is the big one. Just able to go so fast and play so aggressive here.
Yeah. You can close the distance really fast.
Swap onto the Ramatra means ult economy is reset here.
Fast.
Riddle close to this Kitsune Rush could be the opening, but the early window from Seneca. High noon used from Fancy to try to force the space. Down the D.Va mech. I don't think the Alligatos can fight this. Pneumonia is taking over this point here, trying to push everyone out. The Sailors do force the Alligatos into a small corner here, but Cal gets the remake. Kitsune Rush by Riddle Dog, trying to capitalize on this space. Alligatos able to disengage, but they do lose Yeetmeister. Neptune, who's made a third swap of the game, goes on to Cassidy here. Already almost at a Deadeye, and just a little bit over one fight.
Yeah, I think if you're Yeet, you probably swap off the bar.
Yeah, he's close to the
Not
barrage
just
here. He
because
might
it's
stay
the
just for
gas,
the barrage.
I think into the mantra.
Yeah, it's just kind of tough here. The High Noon by Neptune here should opt to get some space here. Building it so quickly. Fancy halfway to a High Noon of his own. But ultimately, these two beats coming up soon, I think, are going to be the real difference maker coming in these fights. We're not quite at his yet. Early High Noon beat used to keep everyone alive by Flambeau Jambo. Cal flies in. Does get taken down by the High Noon. But flank Barrage gets taken down by Pneumonia. Beat from War comes in a little bit later, but was so much more valuable. And the Sayoris are just cleaning up the kills here.
Yeah, not many ults left here on the board. Some swaps over on the Alligatos. Cal goes to Doomfist. Yeetmeister goes to Echo. And looks like one fight territory here for both sides.
I don't know if Cal's going to stay that. I guess he could. It's kind of tough here because they're kind of playing for different goals here. Like, I don't know exactly how the BAP or the Cast are going to play with the Doom and the Echo. Pneumonia close to this Annihilation here could be tough too. Early win by Seneca. Pneumonia just running on the backline with the Annihilation here. Fancy gets taken down after Seneca. And it looks like with that, just the cleanup will go in favor of the Sayoris. After struggling a little bit early, the far likely predicted by the Alligatos. They managed to find this counter comp, this relatively beefy brawl lineup with Poke on the Tracer. Able to get quite a bit of value there and just looked really dominant after they made that swap.
Yeah, we'll see another swap here for the full brawl. Looks like Sojourn May and the Sayoris, but the Alligatos looked pretty good at the start. Didn't adapt to the Sayori swaps, and they lost the first point of no, it's just Antarctic Peninsula, right? There's no equal point.
It was Icebreaker, I think is the name of it. Something like that. Was the ship map. Now this is Labs, I believe. Cal on the Zarya has been absolutely deadly. Basically deadlifting his entire team. He just gets so much value once he gets the side charge.
He's already fully juiced.
It's going to be hard for them to do damage against this Sojourn, who's just going to play these far angles, but should look to opt to run on the Ramatra or the Baptiste here. Neptune just on this good off angle here, pressuring point. The Alligatos just running in, managing to flip the point. It does kind of force the Sayoris in an awkward position. But Eatmeister is isolated and gets taken down. Lamp is forced after Neptune falls super low. But ultimately, I think that's a ability they can afford to use there to just kind of keep everyone alive as they just repush onto the rest of the core of the Alligatos, who are forced to back up here.
Don't they have more like Sky? Isn't Skystar on that team?
Yeah, Skystar did break both of his arms, so he is primarily in Winston jail right now. Window forces everyone from the Alligatos back. Cal almost gets caught out there, but the wall from Vietmeister saves his life. Cal close to this Grav. Seneca also with the Kitsune Rush. The Ops used the Kitsune Rush early there. Overclock used by Neptune, but Neptune falls super low. Lamp saves his life there, but is forced to do a really awkward angle right here. Yeah, Cal with 98% of this Grav may look to just send it. Neptune does jump onto the backline, but likely will pay for it with his life. Grav also used just a solo ult the Lucio. Blizzard is used. Catches Mei, and somehow does not catch the Mei there. And the Alligatos just able to kind of stabilize off that aggression. The Blizzard and the OC were a little bit awkward.
LOS funny things.
Yeah. The bubble saved Poke's life, or saved Yeetmeister's life, and he just somehow was not an LS of it.
Yeah, that center ult thing is really weird.
This is very similar to what they won last point off of. Cal 89 charge. Beat is used to counter the Annihilation. Pneumonia falls super low. Fancy uses the High Noon. Is in a super tough position here. Cal still high charge. Should favor Cal once he gets this full charge. Trade of the Maze. War gets about half. Neptune does drop down and gets taken down by Cal. Beat is used to try to push this aggression here. So is the window. Cal might be able to kind of play around this window here. Pneumonia falls super low. They do opt to give the point. Cal super close to this grab here with super high charge. Lamp used by Riddle Dog. Riddle Dog trying to get out with his life. I think he will be able to as everyone stabilizes on the side of the Sayoris, but Cal still really close to this grab and with so high charge. Neptune rolls in. Wall also used, does not quite catch anyone. This grab could be really big here by Cal here.
I think he tried to extend this fight and then
catches both supports on the rotation. Also catches the Mei. The Mei forced to ice block, but on the other side, Neptune does find Yeetmeister. Seneca uses the Kitsune Rush and try to give his team the advantage here, but with Flambeau dying there late too, not a whole lot they could do. Cal might be able to clutch this. Gets a kill into Neptune, but does get blizzarded. Somehow almost gets out of the blizzard, but does manage to. Poke does manage to get the kill there. Potentially last fight here. A lot of ults were used that last fight. Cal on the Doomfist here.
Yeah, they have 3 on the Sayoris here to own the High Noon.
Oh, they don't have High Noon anymore. The Alligatos managing to hold up point here. I think the Sayoris don't want to play this, knowing they're down one of their big damage dealers here. Cal gets caught here. It gets burned by Riddle Dog with the window.
Oh,
Pneumonia looking to catch someone here with this Annihilation. Runs on the back line. Pneumonia gets 3 there, and it looks like the Sayoris will take that in a really close map, too. I do think out of a... They always say this. They always say, like, it's a close 2-0 or it's a close 3-0. I think that was one of the closer 2-0s I've seen. Especially that second point there. Could have gone either way there. Just a couple of micro decisions, I think, went in favor of the Sayoris.
Yeah, just really small mistakes by the Alligatos where they just weren't able to build those fight-winning ultimates in time, and I think the Sayoris are a little either impatient or uncoordinated. Because you see Neptune getting picked off first, I think 2 or 3 fights in a row there.
Yeah, I think he's trying to play a little bit too greedy there, which is causing him to get picked. And I think the rest of the team is doing pretty good at identifying that once they lose Neptune, especially with the Mei comp, it's kind of hard for the rest of the team to do a ton of damage. So they're just resetting really quickly, I think. Really clean resets and disengages was a big part of why they won that that map there.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'd be interesting to see what route they go if they want to try to keep going with the Zarya, pick a map that favors that, or if they want to switch it up and put Skyscraper. Do they? I didn't know they had 7 players.
Technically, Yeetmeister and Skyscraper are the same player in terms of the roster.
Okay.
They can't play at the same time. Skyscraper can only play, or has only been playing Winston, so they will run Skyscraper on Winston and Cal on DPS, and then bench Yeetmeister. But if Cal's on tank, then they'll run Yeetmeister DPS. Yeah, that's exactly what they do here. Skyscraper goes to tank. And I have to DM War real quick because I told him this would happen, and he was very confident. They would not put Skyscraper in on Winston here and go to Numani. Yeah, going into this, Numbani, a dive map. They are doing full comp swaps across the board here. So who do you think this favors going to Numbani here?
Oh man, who was Real Dog in for Tommy Slat last map?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think Pneumonia has like the main tank answer. So if Skyscraper does well, and you pocket that, you pair that with like maybe like an Echo Ash, Sojourn Ash or something.
I think what they're going to do is they're going to put
Yeah.
Poke on Tracer or Genji, and they're going to put Neptune on a Flyer, and they're going to put Pneumonia on Doomfist. And then probably Kiri Lucio with Tommy Slot and Kiri. That's my guess of what they're going to do. I think that between Cal and Fancy, I think that they should be able to do a decent amount of damage onto the Flyers there. But yeah, there's just so much pick potential when they run that comp there. They've been doing that all season, and it always tends to get value on the Doom and the Flyers.
You know, I usually think certain things won't be good, and then they are good, so...
Yeah, it's going to come down to, like, the Sayoris are going to have more pick potential, so, like, if they get those picks early, it could be really good for them, but I think the Alligatos comp is going to win longer fights. So, let's see. I think we should be going in here soon. There we go. The flip sides here real quick.
Were they able to draft the Sayoris like that because of the no budget decrease?
No. So actually what happened is they acquired so everyone was on their team except for Riddle Dog.
Trade.
But yeah, everyone else is the same.
But it still doesn't make sense how you get essentially a double GM duo
It's because War is
a
1850
contenders
on the
player and 2 high masters players.
Since War has signed up, his SR has gone up about 700 SR. So that is why they're able to run this comp, and because they have Pneumonia and Poke off rolling.
I know, but like you see my point though. But like I don't care if you're off rolling. Like me on DPS, it's my worst role, but I still have all the knowledge and everything on support, which I played at the highest level for 4 years in a row. So it's like
I agree with you, but there are people that make the counter argument that if they're if like Pneumonia's tank is that good by his comms, then he should just be a higher SR and tank. And he's not. He's the.
That's not how comp works.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're running. Oh, they're running it with the Mercy instead of the Lucy. That makes sense. This is pretty much exactly what I expected. Cal is on the Echo, which is kind of surprising to me. I thought he'd go a hit scan.
No, I called this exactly. I said Echo Ash Monkey.
Yeah.
And I know
Echo duel versus Neptune. They get the kill. Paradox dies on the other side, but that might be all they need for the Alligatos to manage to stabilize here.
War is
Res
very
does come
low.
out.
I think Cal is just identifying that if he kills Neptune, they'll win because their team is just better than the other team if Neptune's out of the picture.
Yeah, Neptune has been one of the biggest players all season. I think he probably is the front runner for MVP right now.
I would hope so. I mean,
yeah. So that could be their win condition. Genuinely just shut down Neptune and just try to win the 5v4. But with War with the Mercy Pocket, that's going to be easier said than done. Hope looking to flank the supports here. Gets found out and manages to escape. But meanwhile, Neptune just goes for the backline there. Somehow already has a copy. Copies the Winston.
Yeah. What happened there is Flambeau left the Ana and the Ashe.
Oh.
And Neptune saw that, just hard committed.
Yeah. Great call by Neptune to identify and capitalize on that isolation there.
Yeah, it's just little things like that. You don't really think anything's gonna happen in like 2 seconds. The 2 seconds you're not peeking, but
Yeah.
if you're playing a team like this, it will.
Cal goes the Tracer. I personally don't like that as much. Like, what do you think the goal of this Tracer is? Just to kill the Mercy?
Just probably doing anti-nade engages with Monkey Tracer at the same time.
Oh, just all in? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Tommy Nate does have the Suzu, so the anti-nade only gets so much value. They do manage to find the Mercy, but the Pulse does catch on to Skycer.
Did not have the Primal yet, surprisingly.
Yeah, he's really close to it. Cal manages to take Neptune down. Poke trying to fight that without recall, almost burns to death, manages to stay alive.
Heart's still going though. Good kills, but they're not stopping any progress.
It's really hard to kind of push these supports off the high ground, but you take this cart progress if you're the Sayoris. Skycer now has the Primal. No, he does not have the Primal. He died in He needed like one melee and he would have gotten it.
Yeah, Skycer needs to be
Down the tank, that's really rough.
Cal's being aggressive.
Split by the Doomfist. Flambo Jambo using the Raleigh to try to keep the backline alive. Pneumonia just able to get 2 there.
Yeah,
Cal trying his
it was
best.
what, like 3 minutes in now, 3.5.
Yeah.
I can't tell, but he didn't have either Nano or Primal. That's just gonna be really bad for any sort of hoping to win one fight on the second point there.
Yeah, in terms of ults, Neptune already on his, like, I think 4th duplicate. At least his 3rd, I think. Skycer jumps in. Now he has the Nano, looking for the backline, finds Tommy Slat. Pulse catches on to Pneumonia. Pneumonia falls super low. Does get taken down, and with that, the Alligatos do manage to stabilize, if only for a little bit here on this point here. Probably just wishing that came just a few seconds earlier so they would have prevented the .2 cap. 4 minutes to hold the 3rd point. Not looking great for them.
No, it's not. Use 2 ults there. I mean, you take that. Probably use Bob here to engage. Big anti.
Neptune showing his flexibility here. Copies the Ana, and just the Sayoris just able to get so much value there. The one thing I've noticed is just the lack of ults that the Sayoris are having to use to win these fights here. Only having to use the Echo and the Mercy ults. Forces out Primal. Skycer
Yeah, it's just
uses it
they're
to
being
stay
a lot
alive.
more proactive. Like
Ward
the one
does
fight
get
that
cut
the
out for them.
Sayoris ulted first, they won.
Flambo Jamo trying to duel the Echo here. Team is with him now, so they actually might get the kill here. Fancy with a 3K so far.
Yeah, I like the cast pick. He counters their entire team, so
Yeah, yeah.
I think Ashe does more damage, but
A little bit more consistent, yeah.
you can call it flashbang again. Flashbang
Yeah.
is pretty good for doing the Tracer.
This Curie Rush is going to be really tough to play into. Pulse does catch onto Neptune, actually. So could be winnable here for the Alligatos. Yeah, they managed to find Tommy Slat there, too. Cal does get taken down by Pneumonia, but honestly does not matter at all.
Yeah,
And
I
now
like
a
the
couple-
aggression when the Alligatos look like they actually have a plan in place. They do really well, especially with Cal opening up the fight. When that pulse
Yeah.
bomb kill.
After those swaps, now they are starting to build some ults here. Both the portals coming up very soon, but Tommy Slat does have his first. So we'll see if Tommy Slat opts to use this Kitsune Rush first. He does. Tommy Slat falls super low, gets taken down. Fancy uses the High Noon. Not able to find any kills with it. Pneumonia ults the back line. Trades on each side. Such a messy fight. Pneumonia gets 2. Looking for more. Cal finds War. Beat comes out from Flambo Jambo to try to keep himself and Cal alive. Cal gets Neptune, so now it's just Flambo Jambo versus the Tracer and the Doomfist.
That's what I was talking about. You saw that the Tommy Slat rushed, but it didn't matter because of the Skyster Cal duo died.
Yeah. Now Paradox has a rush of their own. Catches Pneumonia, looking for more. Both supports fall really low. Suzu is forced. Cal's still trying to chase that. Does recall to get back out. And now we see the Sayoris swapping here. I think this does make a lot of sense. Only swapping the Queen is actually really good here, so they keep the ult economy, and it still is a pretty good comp here. Trying to opt to just counter the dive here with this Queen ult, trying to get the access to disrupt. Pulls from Cal, does catch, Suzu disrupts it. Now the Suzu's out, Skyster jumps in, beat used by War to keep his team alive. Fancy actually finds Poke before then. Neptune finds Fancy. And Primal used for the overclock of Neptune. Neptune on this high ground, trying to get so much value. There is getting Primal, falls super low. Skyster actually finds the kill. Flambo getting his counterpart in War here too. Looks like the Alligatos might actually clutch this out here. OC
They're
and
looking a lot
beat used
better
for the
with
Sayoris.
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah. We do see that was a really expensive fight there for the Sayoris, only having this the Pulse, the Queen, and the Kiriko ult here soon, but nothing really in the bank at all here for the Alligatos. Skyster jumps in, does get burnt instantly. Pal trying to make something happen, knowing that he's down his tank right now, close to this Pulse. Paradox is super close to this Kitsune Rush. If they opt to get that, it could be big. Tommy Slat actually gets his rush first. Modia actually gets the knife onto Fancy during his ults. I don't think there's very much that can be left here as the Annihilation, or the Rampage does hit onto Flambo Jambo and Skycer. And the point will just casually roll into third. Yeah, they did force overtime, so there is in fact a win condition now here for the Alligatos. It's just capping with over a minute left.
Yeah, they finally got punished, you know, when they swapped the Queen. When Skyster dives in like that, like hard commits everything, every ability without Primal. That's too dangerous without like a Kiri, knowing you're gonna have a Kiri Suzu or something to bide the time until your jump comes back. And
yeah, another thing that's just really scary about the Sayoris team is there's just so much flexibility. Like, you know that if you just run one comp and then you find a counter comp to it, they can just swap to counter that. So the dive was like working pretty well, and they just swapped the Queen and just instantly win.
I am a little surprised neither side's running Mauga or trying Mauga. Not necessarily this map, but last map.
I know that Nemoja does not like playing Mauga. He doesn't think it's very fun, and I also know that Skycer has both of his arms broken, so...
Right, but I mean, like, last map, Cal,
Yeah.
I think Cal showed it.
Cal is
Didn't
more
say that,
comfortable.
too.
Yeah, Cal's a lot more comfortable on that Zarya, and at least this season has shown the ability to just kind of, like, deadlift his team. So I think if they're running, like, a Brawl, that's just a little bit more consistent for them, or it's just something they're more comfortable with. And I don't know. I feel like in Aurora in general, we just haven't seen a ton of Mauga, even though like he is like technically good right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not fun to play, but
Full stickies actually connects onto Cal, forces the recall, and Neptune is already at 15% to his ult. Another full stickies connects onto Skycer. Skycer and Cal are on this really good angle here, but Skycer is forced to back. That sets up the space for Fancy to get a kill onto War. Now without the pocket, Cal does manage to find Neptune. Really good dive there for the Alligatos. Skycer falls really low, but the Suzu from Paradox keeps him alive. Pneumonia falls really low too. I think Pneumonia will get out with his life.
they need 2 ticks here at minimum.
Yeah. With 3 alive, the Sayoris might actually try to fight this. Pneumonia does drop here. Tommy Slap falls really low. They do manage to find Fancy there. Skycer finds Neptune on the other side. Paradox falls super low. Does eventually get taken down by Poke, but Skycer actually has 2 this fight. Looking for more. Gets the Lucio. Poke falls super low here. The recall is used to keep Poke nice and healthy here, but Pneumonia managed to get 2 there to just clean up that fight. But again, like you said, 2 ticks acquired.
Yeah. He needed to go right away after he got that pick on the War. They kind of sat around and didn't put 3 on the point either. And
I need to be a little more
I know you're
decisive
trying
there.
to stage, but can't really afford that when they already have full cap.
Yeah, we do have both rushes coming up soon. Could be very big ultimates, just depending on who builds it first. Skycer actually gets caught in this underneath passageway here. The pulse does catch on to too as Skycer manages to fall. Cal gets chased down there by Pneumonia too. I don't like that underneath rotation, especially when there's just so much speed on the other side. They can just kind of stuff you in there. And now we're looking at 3 very good ults on the side of the Sayoris here, so it's going to be really tough to break through here. Skycer close to this Primal could just be enough disruption to kind of set his team up for something here. I think Paradox has to build this Kitsune Rush really quickly here. They want to try to win this fight, but they could honestly just try to force ults out of the Sayoris here.
That's not good enough with 2 minutes left. You need to get that.
Yeah,
you need to get that win.
Kitsune Rush from both
There we
sides.
go.
Skycer finds a kill onto Tommy Slat. Does still have this Primal. Made it. Both supports are killed by Skycer. Fancy uses this High Noon, trying to force out the Echo. And Neptune does end up falling. Poke forced to recall there. She's getting chased down. 2v1 versus Skycer and Flambeau Jambo. D-Mech onto Pneumonia, and I think they are going to stagger this Diva here, too.
Yeah.
The mech. They just burn it again.
It's like a free 400 ult points for...
Yeah, basically. Just a free mech.
Alligatos.
Little tasty snack in terms of ult charge. Neptune does swap over to the Genji, not quite liking the Echo there as much. Was getting focused really hard there by the Alligatos here. But I do think it is really tough to play this Genji into the Winston. Even with a player as good as Neptune, it still is really tough to you're just kind of able to get run down here by this Winston zap.
Yeah, Skycer kind of took the point into his own hands there and almost solo capped that.
Yeah.
4 different kills, but
Both DPS are getting run down by Skycer, but Skycer walks into the Pulse Bomb. The mech is traded on the other side, so it is a relatively even fight still. The beat drops, but does not catch Poke. Poke falls super low, managing to get healed up there, but Tommy Slat actually gets the kill on a Fancy. Cal trying his best, but without the Winston, I think there's only so much that they can do.
I think you take that trade. You got beat and pulse out for nothing.
Yeah, that's fair. Big ult bank here coming out from the Alligatos. Blade here from the from Neptune is going to be really tough here. Neptune trying to fight Cal.
Gotta hope they're tracking that and they realize that and just go hard on them. Guys should
Yeah.
just jump right now. Like right now.
There he goes, right inside. Forces everyone from the backline out. Kitsune Rush used first. Pneumonia falls super low. Fancy actually gets a kill on a poke, so they might not even need to use any more ults here. Ward gets fallen super low. The blade comes out. Beat used to keep everyone alive through the blade. Neptune just opting to back off. Cal actually gets 2 this fight. Looking for more. Look, gets the DMAC too. Might be able to find Neptune here.
Guarantee you,
Neptune
Neptune
gets
switching.
taken
He
down.
just did that to get beat
Probably.
out. 'cause
That
he
makes
knew
sense.
that.
I would
He
assume
would
they're going to
probably
go Brawl here again. There it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say Soj.
Yeah, 3 minutes is a really big time bank, though. Did manage to save a decent amount of ults here, but I do think it is really tough to play the dive, go like attacking this 3rd point, especially into this Brawl comp, Queen Brawl comp here. Early Kitsune Rush used on the back line. The Alligatos managing to stabilize. Fancy uses the high noon, trying to force everyone back. Gets a little bit of chunk damage. Skyster is forced to primal. Does still get taken down, though. Super scrappy fight, but without the tank, I don't think the Alligatos are going to have to do anything here but run away. Fancy gets taken down late there, but everyone else gets out. And then full swap coming out for the Alligatos here. I really like this. You still have the Kitsune Rush for that Rampage, but you do have the Ramatra. Again, Skyster is kind of limited based on his movement. So Sigma, I think, does make a lot of sense here. Wall actually catches Pneumonia. Pulse does come out, somehow catches Skyster there. Fancy gets knifed back in, might get staggered there. Yeah, and it looks like they will be able to just chase these kills down. Really good wall there by Cal. Managed to isolate Pneumonia, but there's just so much peel there, and everyone just manages to burn Skycer on the side of the Sayoris.
Yeah, I was yawning, but the May wall was actually so good that Skycer wanted to overcommit on the tank.
Yeah. Fancy actually gets the Neptune there. Pneumonia with this Rampage might opt to use it here. Kitsune Rush. Big Rampage there. Beat is used, but a little bit too late. Pneumonia still gets 2. Oh, sorry, that was the beat from War. That beat used to keep Pneumonia alive, so he does manage to get, I think, a 4K that fight. Paradox goes on the Moira.
I mean, you're getting ults out, but they just guaranteed at worst, a tie here.
Yeah. Under a minute now. So, yeah, guaranteed a tie, and likely the Alligatos are going to have to win 2 fights here. Ult fake is still looking relatively even here, too. Overclock used by Neptune. Manages to find Flambeau Jabo, but does get rocks. Everyone manages to turn and kill Neptune there. Skycer falls super low. Cal is actually ulting the back line. Cal falls super low, but I think the support is there. Pneumonia is also split here.
Ignore the Jungle Queen.
Yeah, they do manage to stagger the Queen there, actually. So by the time that Pneumonia manages to respawn, should be able to get back in time for this fight, but could be a really chaotic last fight here, especially with the ults available. Now he's on Bastion. He doesn't know what he wants to play. The beat from Flambeau Jambo here could be big, especially that War doesn't have a beat to match on his own.
I think the Flux is going to be the deciding here.
Yeah. Kitsune Rush is used, but again, the beat from Flambeau Jambo to kind of push back that aggression. Hiding manages to find Pneumonia. Flux is used. Does not catch anything, but Tommy Slap falls super low. Zoning Flux forces Tommy Slap in the tiny room. Just Tracer and Lucio here. And just War trying his best on the Lucio, but the Alligatos do force an overtime here.
Fired a little warning shot in that room.
He just wants to know that wants War to know that he's watching him. So yeah, a lot of really good swaps coming out for both sides. I do really like that Sigma swap coming out, especially into the Queen.
Yeah, you saw really, I mean, that was probably the best showcase you could see, at least from the angle I was watching at, of the new high noon changes. I mean, if you get towards the end of that ult, you just essentially go normal speed, and then you add in the Lucio, and it's scary. I mean, Pneumonia was around 2 different walls and still got 1 shot. closing that gap. Oh, okay. Going
I'm an Overwatch
Echo with the pocket here on Cow. And Pneumonia and Sigma with Bat.
Yeah, this is pretty much back to what they originally rolled out on. But we do have like that Sigma comp. I do like this comp from the Alligatos. I don't know if the I'm assuming that once the Sayoris see this, they're gonna instantly swap off to that Doom Tracer Echo. No, they see it. They're still opting to fight here. This could be really deadly with this Winston jump onto the backline here.
Oh, there he goes.
Lamp forced instantly. Warfall super low here, but Skycer is forced to back. Falls so low, but I think the peel is there by his team. Tommy Slat already close to this. He's already like 30% to his win down. Skycer again looking for the backline here. But he also has to keep in mind the point. Skycer kind of caught in an awkward position. Takes back the high ground. They have looks like they have to give a tick up. No, they don't.
Alligatos just have so many angles here.
Yeah, Lamp is forced again from Tommy Slat. A lot of resources are being used here by the Sayoris. If this fight goes too long, it might favor the Alligatos here. Skycer jumps in. The ball's super low.
Oh,
Stickies comes out. They catch Pneumonia. Both takes are traded. Flavo Jambo does have this res here. I don't know if he's going to opt to use for it. Overtime almost flips over. How super... They do get the res onto the Skycer here. Lamp used to keep Pneumonia alive. We keep Neptune alive. Win finish from both teams. Skycer with a 2 on the Primal. Beat used by War to keep everyone alive. Trying his best to stall this, but there's only so much they can do when they're down so many players. Warfall super low. Poking Pneumonia trying their best.
In a Kiri rush. Good God.
Just does so much damage there. And the Alligatos managed to hold first point. They did have to give 54%. But that's super winnable for both sides.
I really didn't think he was going to go for the res, and he did, and that won them a point.
Yeah. Sometimes just playing a little bit aggressive might catch your opponents off guard. Surely the Sayoris didn't think that he was going to go for that res there, so they didn't watch it as closely. But yeah, especially when Skycer was so close to that Primal, just built it super quickly, and then Primal able to just kind of clean up that fight there, getting 2 super... I was going to say super early, but I guess it was late, even though those were the first 2 kills that broke it open. No. That's going to go in the highlight reel, though. Just getting that res off. And we do see this Diva coming out. The Diva cast coming out is going to make it really hard for Skycer to dive in here. But again, like, they don't even need to cap the point. They just need to get a tick and a half. Looks like we're going to go back to the Echo Mercy duel.
Yeah, this is a complete mirror minus the tanks.
I would probably make the argument that these are the 2 best DPS that are playing in the league right now.
Wow, that's very.
So I could not have asked for a better duel. Yeah, I know. Former MVP versus likely future MVP.
The coldest take.
I know.
Ice cube take. No, it's not every day you see that in the first round of playoffs. So
yeah. Suzu is forced by Paradox here. These guys are looking to make something happen here. Pneumonia falls super low, gets demexed. That might be the opening they need.
That is the opening they need. Yes, guys can pick and choose who to go on now.
Yeah, and Cal gets War.
This is just disgusting.
I think
Cal's
it's
getting a double pocket right now.
Yeah, I think this is just all cleanup for Skycer here. The mech actually comes back out, but oh my god, 0.2%. Poke manages to touch. Neptune gets a kill. He's so close to this duplicate too. That might be all they need. Fancy gets a kill on the Poke, but Neptune is able to get so much value. Gets 3. Looks for more. Skycer has to back here. Does get taken down by Pneumonia.
Oh my god. That
touch
by
Poke.
Oh my god.
And I don't, yeah. incredible overtime push by the Alligatos, but ultimately just the heroics coming out from Neptune, just too much to overcome.
I mean, you said the last map was close. So, I mean, I don't know if you can get closer than that.
0.2%. That might be. I'm trying to think if there's been. I don't think there has been even a closer one in Aurora. Because like I guess there's only one possible way you can get closer than that.
Not Aurora, but Overwatch, yeah.
Overwatch, if you count Overwatch, yeah. I don't know if there's ever been like a 0.01 difference in Let's see, I'm having issues with my prod thing here. Let me see.
I've had a few comp games where you can, like, especially on Escort, you can have the same exact. I think Push now too. You can have the same exact.
There we go.
Meterage, but you're tied.
Yeah. I think Poke at some point posted a screenshot of his previous games, and I saw in there, no one really talked about this, but I saw in there that there was a draw on Dorado. And I don't know if that was like someone DC'd and it drawed, or if it was like an actual draw on Dorado, but...
If it says 0-0 or like -1,
then
it's DC, but if it's like...
I think I have drawn Dorado before, on that little, the door on third point.
Yeah, if it's like 0-0 or 1-1 or 2-2, then yeah, it can be.
Oh, before I forget, I need to do a slash prediction. I forgot to do this for map 2. Let me do it for map 3 though. SHS. I have absolutely no idea where the Alligatos are going to take them.
Better be Cancun or else it's not going to be good.
They're talking about pizza in chat right now. Cal to tank, eat to DPS, Seneca in for Paradox. I honestly I don't like that they're changing it like that, because I do think that comp that the Alligatos were running was really working for them. Even though they lost that point there, it was just such a close match. They looked a lot more competitive on that comp there. The Alligatos choose Esperanza, which I feel like is really good for the Sayoris. Because, like, Pneumonia really wants to play Doom or Queen here, and Esperanza's kind of good for both of those.
Yeah, even though it might not make sense, you gotta trust the mind of the people in it. And
this isn't OWCS, so the Sayoris have just been cooking these, like, really weird comps that are just working really well for them. And Esperanza seems like a really good map to kind of capitalize on that. You just have those high grounds that you can kind of engage and disengage with the Doomfist, but you also do have those close corridors you can play around with the Queen. There's an entire 10 channel points in the pred pool.
Dang.
We gotta get more points in the pred pool. I'm 4K away from Kamish gifts sub to the community.
You're almost there.
I'll get it.
Gamble it all away.
GW. What I should have done is whenever the Corsairs Fisherman game got prodded and it went to map 5, I should have put all my money on you guys winning. So either we would have made the playoffs or I would have had like a ton of channel points. I think both of those are equally as good options. They got me thinking about pizza now in chat. And then in game, Alligatos are left side.
Ish Paransha.
I do think I know some of the comps that the Sayoris are running are really weird, but I do think their queen comp is like a really clean comp. Like everyone's kind of on heroes they're comfortable with, and it's like that comp works very well together.
Yeah,
I guess like Neptune's
this
comfortable on every hero of
playoffs
the
is
game, but
basically like I'm gonna say it. I think
yeah,
people are just expecting like the Tigers versus the Sayoris.
yeah.
I mean, we saw in the Lumilly's game that there's not really like a second tier. There's like the top tier, which is those two, and then there's like everyone else.
I don't think this has ever happened in Aurora or Overwatch League where there have been 2 undefeated teams going into the playoffs. There's no way, right?
No, because usually they played each other.
Yeah.
Like the Cantaloupes only lost was the Hawks.
Yeah.
Back when we just played all the teams, so.
Yeah, we do actually see a really, I was expecting the Queen comp, but they are playing a Ramatra. They're playing much more heavy Brawl. Possibly expecting this Zarya. But yeah, that makes sense. Cal has been favoring this Zarya here. Yeah. Sayoris do push the backline really hard here. Force the Suzu early. Even before the punchies are out by Pneumonia. Managed to catch Cal there with a big wall. And they just can't do anything against Pneumonia, who just walks onto their backline here.
I like how Mei Lucio has just been a mainstay for the entire eternity of this game being out.
Yeah. It's just you pick someone and then you don't let them play the game and then your entire team runs and kills them.
Yeah. Well, it's made it even worse with the only having one tank.
Yeah. Yeetmeister gets taken down there by Poke. Trying to just kind of push them off the high ground here. There's not a whole lot they can do. And Pneumonia just still is thirsty for more. Almost getting Seneca. Does manage to take down Seneca. And just more staggers coming out on the side of the Alligatos.
Oh, Sonemi's back.
Yes, yeah.
Did not even notice.
Fancy ultimately gets cut. There's that Mauga you're talking about. I think if there was a comp to play Mauga into, it's this Ramatra Mei. This could be what they need, but a minute and 40 seconds into the game, the Sayoris already have that first checkpoint. That's really tough to recover from on a game mode such as Push. Especially with this ult economy, almost 5 ults by the Sayoris, and with those swaps coming out on the side of the Alligato, just really tough for them. Early window used, forces everyone from the Alligatos into a tiny room here. Pneumonia identifies that they're kind of isolated here, tries to push on him here. Both DPS are used from Poke and Deathpiece respectively. And yeah, just this is looking rough here for the Alligatos. The good news, they got 3 ults out. The bad news is they don't really have any ults outside of the overclock and the beat here. And this point, only maybe one fight, maybe a fight and a stagger fight away from full capping here.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna have any like meaningful ults enough to counter the speed and beat Annihilation here.
Yeah, that Annihilation's gonna be rough here, but Cal on the Mauga is gonna have just a decent amount of self-heal and this beef here to kind of survive that. Sanemi uses the OC first. Beat is used from both sides to keep everyone alive. The Sayoris just managed to push in on top of the beat right when it wears off. Looks like it is going clear for the Sayoris. Pneumonia with 3 with that huge Annihilation. Flambo Jambo, the captain, the only one alive here, trying his best to keep his team in, but there's only so much he can do.
Yeah, if they get that window, or if they don't let the...
Now runs to point close to his ult here. Does get the ults. Catches Pneumonia. Managed to take down Pneumonia there. Sanemi gets a war. Looking for more kills here. Managed to hang on by a thread over that incredible Sayoris push. Neptune still gets 2. 1v5 and managed to get 2 with them. But yeah, with like Push, where it's just such a hard map.
You see the top of the screen, 136 to 0.
Yeah. It's doable, but it's not
only
looking
is it
great.
like doable, but just the mental toll it takes on you,
Yeah.
knowing you're down that much.
Yeah. The
And you
ults
don't
here
even get a
for the
single
Sayoris too are
millimeter.
all the Sayoris need are like 1 or 2 good ults, and they just take that control back in favor. So it's just kind of looking rough here for the Alligatos.
And you bloop and a blast.
OC is used. Sanemi actually goes in, manages to get taken down by the OC. Lambo Jambo's trying his best to get out there. Does get a little isolated, manages to get taken down. It's just such a scrappy fight, but ultimately the picks are going in favor of the Sayoris. Seneca, I think, is going to get staggered here.
You saw Meister on Mei on map 1. I don't know whether or not putting him on it on this one. The Tracer doesn't really do anything to that heavy brawl, heavy armor comp.
Yeah, the Mei could be good. Again, just kind of trying to isolate the tank there. Could be a good move for them.
Yeah, especially with the Mauga overdrive.
No beat from Flambeau Jambo, but there is the Blizz and the window online. So they don't really have anything to kind of counteract this aggression the Sayoris are going to use right here. Pneumonia already almost 80% to this Annihilation again. Cal runs in and close to this Cage ult again. Lamp used from both sides, but this window is just kind of forcing all the resources from the Alligatos, and they are forced to back here. Lambo Jambo close to this beat here. The Blizzard is thrown, trying to catch Cal. Manages to catch him. They do take down Cal.
So
and
close
looks like that is... Yeah, I don't think that's going to be enough, unfortunately. Beat is used by War. Flambeau Jambo has a beat of his own, but does get taken down by Real Dog. Former teammate. Sanemi and Yeetmeister get a kill of their own, but ultimately does not matter as the wall keeps Cal in point where he cannot contest. After such a close Numbani, I feel like we were robbed. This should have been such a good match.
We were, and I think that I'm not gonna lie. Like if I'm on Alligatos after that like 0.02 meter loss, I'm probably just checked out.
Yeah, that's gotta be heartbreaking for them.
Like you know, the easiest or the best chance of even winning against this team is tying it up at the start there, and
yeah,
having that just taken out of your fingertips. Devastating.
Okay, so with that, match MVP, who are you thinking?
I mean, it's an obvious answer, and there's a, if you want to change it up answer.
Yeah, it's got to be War.
No.
It's got to be War Hyper. Do you want to discuss it, or should I just drag him in here?
Wait, what are you saying?
For the match MVP, do you want to discuss who it is, or should I just drag in who you're talking about?
Oh, yeah, you should just drag him in.
Oh,
Hello, Neptune.
what's up? What's up?
You've been chosen as our match MVP. How you
Exciting.
feeling?
I'm really excited for playoffs. You know, I think a little. I don't know. I feel like the Alligatos since like week 2 just kind of were like in the back of our heads because we like had such a close match with them, and just like winning this just like helps like the confidence. I feel like how much we like progressed as a team, and then like the swaps and ideas that we have to like play into people.
Yeah, I know. Talking to War was really worried about this match. He believed in his team, but like he was a little worried again from that earlier matchup. That was really close. Did anything change between that then and now? Like,
I think, I mean, I think this matchup, like, these map choices that we had was, like, pretty good for us. I mean, we get to choose Koth, you know, so we, like, prepped it, had a game plan going into it. Blizzard World, I wasn't really, Numbani, I wasn't really expecting that at all. And I was expecting them for Blizzard World because I feel I'm just not too confident on that map. But, you know, we're practicing and grinding every day, trying to get better at it, so be careful next time.
yeah, we've been infiltrated by the rest of the Sayoris. I do want to ask you, Neptune, what was your reaction at that .02 on Numbani?
Not gonna lie, I was just like, please touch, please touch, please touch, and then like, I didn't like recognize it was that close. I just kind of like poke steady got it, and I was like, all right, going in, and then I just fucking, I shouldn't swear, my bad. I just prime like speedily, just kill Cal with my copy, then I like clean it up, and we just like scrap it out, you know?
Yeah, poke with the twinkle toes right there.
I think it was even scarier too because it was like Poke had to like get off really quick with Ree, and then like Logan had to go touch. So it was like two
Oh, yeah.
people like having like last second touches. So it was like really scary.
Yeah, he burned all of his blinks to get there.
Yeah, all
Took
blinks,
a
Oh.
lot of
Ree.
damage.
Yeah, no, it was really scary there. Like I was just like, I don't know why. Like I was less scared about Poke, more so about Logan touching it after.
Oh, yeah.
He was pretty
That's-
far
Yeah.
away, but I think if you rewind the tape, I dare I say that Diva buff made the difference.
You hit it? Yeah, probably. You know, I was just like really locked in. I was trying to like see in my head. I just knew I couldn't touch. Like I had to like play high and like play for kills. You know?
Because I was wondering how he even got on, because I remember he remixed around the corner by that mini.
Yeah, I was so
Yeah.
That must have
clutch. I
been
heard.
that
I heard
increased
Tommy.
speed.
Yeah, I heard Tom. I think. I'm not sure. Was War coming back on Lucio too?
Probably.
I might be wrong. But
I
yeah,
think
no, I heard
so.
like
Yeah.
Tommy like had like a TP Suzu like to help Logan get that remake. So that was like huge.
So, going into the rest of the playoffs, you guys will play the winner of the Kathmandu Kiwis versus Farmington Fishermen 2 Electric Boogaloo. First, let me ask you, who do you pick to who's your guys' pick to win that? Like, who do you think is gonna win?
Personally, I think the Kiwis are like I think really highly of their dive comps, and I think that I'm kind of excited because it's gonna be like a brawl versus uh dive matchup, you know.
Yeah.
So
And,
I
and
think
then
it can go either way, but Kiwis I think take it over.
who do you think, or who would you rather face from your team?
Wait, can you repeat that?
Who would you between the two teams? Who would you rather your team play?
I think the fishermen just because they're like a brawl mirror. Like for me, like I think taking those dives is gonna be like annoying against the Kiwis in our match,
Yeah.
but I'd rather just like take the brawl mirror and just like know that a team's gonna play brawl instead of trying to think about how we're gonna counter like their dives.
I just realized this. Where's Riddle?
That guy kind of that guy always kind of leaves after
Dang.
like he's subbed out. I don't know what VC he goes into.
Yeah. Let me think. Are you guys so out of the teams that are remaining? Are there any other teams that you guys are scared of? Like, is there any team that you think that like has a chance of beating you, or that you're like prepping extra hard against?
For me, like I feel like Kiwis, if they win, will like kind of scare me. Not like scare me, but like be a headache.
Yeah.
Tigers, I think we actually probably play well into them. With our comps. Like forcing Zenth onto like an Echo or like off of that far, I think is what we can do as a team. So I think the Tigers will kind of have to adapt finally. I feel like I haven't seen their many games of theirs, but they stick like really strong to that like Pharah. So I feel like if we get them off that, it's gonna be throwing them off their game.
Yeah. I think I'm almost out of questions. Core, do you have anything?
Yeah, well, I think I just want to reiterate something you said earlier about the biggest strength of your team is the flexibility, how you're able to adapt on the fly, change your comps up. We saw that, I think, every
Good
map
Bonnie,
except for the last one.
especially, yeah.
Bonnie, AP, yeah. I mean, I think right then and there we kind of like it locked on Esperanza. Like we kind of knew that they're gonna like probably play. If they're like Cal and Tank, they're just gonna go like Queen or Zarya, and then
Oh yeah, I mean, you guys got a essentially 1-to-1 practice copy earlier too on that.
yeah. No, it's like yeah, I think our adaptability is like really good. Something we need to kind of work out a little bit more is like coordinating our stuff on our dives, I think. And then, yeah, I think we'd be like looking extra clean on any comp we go to.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask the
Yeah. Go for it.
usual. If you had to give MVP to someone else on your team, who would you give it to? Why?
In my head, I'm giving it to like Logan or Poke. I think. I don't know. It's just like so hard because I feel like collectively as a team we just like played well, and I think there's no like highlight pop-offs, and if it was, probably from Logan and Poke. So it's like I think I gotta give it to Poke for that stall and just being so consistent overall. Like it's actually just a genuine surprise, like how well he is on DPS. Like I didn't really feel like he was an off roller.
Yeah, he's been playing. He did that last season too. Last season he was a BAP player, and he just played insane on the BAP. And it's like, who is this guy?
Yeah, no, it just doesn't feel like he's an off roller. Like, especially like tank when a lot of the stereotypes for that role too is like no aim, no brain,
Yeah.
or all brain. So yeah,
Yeah, I
for
know.
sure, Poke.
But yeah, I think that just about does it. We do have a match tomorrow at 9 p.m. Between the I think it's the Kiwis Fishermen. No, that's Magic
what's the one
Tigers.
with the Tigers?
Magic
Yeah.
Tigers Rats.
It's
Magic
the
Tigers
Rats.
Rats. It's on the screen right now, so just look at your screen. It's in the bottom left. Yeah, congratulations again to the Sayoris after a very decisive win there. And congratulations to Neptune for winning match MVP. My name is Paninii. I'm here with Corey too. Thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you have a nice night and stay safe, everyone.